Two Truths Doctrine means, or what it points to, is that there's the sort of absolute aspect and the relative aspect. The absolute aspect really meaning these mechanistic shifts and the dismantling of that identity structure that I'm talking about. The relative aspect meaning everything you just mentioned. So paradoxically, I don't really have any need to walk around telling people I'm not a self or I have no self, or there's just it doesn't register. I can interact with people in the most simple, conventional ways without coming across as anything spiritual or having to talk about any of the stuff we're talking about. But experientially, none of that's actually happening. So it is a little paradoxical, but conventionally speaking, sure, I can say I do have a job, I do go to work, I do have preferences, I do have relationships, I do have moods, things dynamically do play out in my life. All of that stuff is true in the relative aspect. But again, the key insights here that make this so strange is that if I look, it's almost like wearing a mask in a way. Although it doesn't feel artificial either. I don't want to say that it feels superficial or artificial or like I'm playing a role, because I'm fully immersed in it. But it's something like this, like wearing a mask and then at some point realizing there's nothing wearing the mask. There's just the mask. It's like there's nothing behind it. It's something like that. But I also don't want to make it sound nihilistic, because it's not. And it doesn't feel hollow or anything. It actually feels very, very intimate. But the intimacy isn't in the sense of a self. The intimacy isn't in a sense of a self apart, or it's not even in the sense of relationship with other humans or anything like that. The intimacy I'm talking about is actually in the senses. It's in the sense field. So it's this non-dualistic experience of the aliveness of the body without a sense of a body. It's just this kind of very, very profound, intimate aliveness that we could call a sense, but it's more than just a sense. It's that kind of. It's very difficult to talk about that, but that actually it makes this whole experience so enjoyable. But there's no one standing apart from it. Maybe I'd say it that way. There's no one standing apart from it going, "Oh, this is so cool." It's just total immersion. So there's some paradoxes in this, and that's really important to point out. But I do want to point out that there's no need to negate a conventional self at all. In fact, strangely, you can actually inhabit it more when you realize it's not real as like in the way you thought it was, or in the way anyone thinks it is. It is more fun when it starts to feel like improv in a way, but it's like totally immersive improv. And yeah, there's no need to discount that or negate it or anything like that.